And I'm joined again by Mr. Cormac Neeson. How you doing, Cormac?
Hi Lee, doing very well, thanks.
Yeah, man. Like we were just saying before we hit record, obviously last time we spoke was just before you guys released Sundowners. Again, now talking about new music with new single Wild Heart. It's already getting great reviews. It's already been, nominated for Classic Rock Track of the Week. It came through this week, and it's already getting great response, man. Like, where did the song come from? Did you plan to go back into the studio and do something this year, or?
Yeah, like we are very much making it up as we go along these days, I think, you know. Um, like obviously we had no idea how Sundowners would be received when it went out. Like we knew it was a good record and we were happy with it. But whether it would kind of give rise to more gigs and more opportunities, it's always in the lap of the gods. So, um, I, I suppose the idea behind getting back into the studio so soon was kind of along the lines of, um, Sundowners is out now. We had a run around the UK there last week, and we've a big Belfast Christmas show coming up, and then a whole bunch of gigs in Europe, kind of throughout, the rest of the winter and the spring, with the idea then being to kind of, I suppose, spill into next summer's festival season. So kind of we just wanted some new music to go along with all that activity, really,
Yeah,
Um, and like getting into a room and writing songs together, is so much fun. It's kind of, if we're told we need new music, it's like, right, no bother. When can we do this kind of thing? Um. So yeah, like I say, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. We went in the studio and did a couple of tracks,
no,
Wild Heart being one of them. There's another one sitting there for whenever it might be needed, and like I wouldn't be surprised if we were back in again at some point between now and next summer to just keep things going, because I mean any band will tell you that whenever those juices are flowing, you kind of want to make the most of it.
yeah, absolutely. Do you feel like since obviously like did you get the response you wanted from Sundowners? Is that's what's fed into this, or was Wild Heart already written in that kind of period when you were working on Sundowns?
No, it was all like we it wasn't written at all. No, it was just a complete kind of fresh slate. Again, we went in and we demoed in our own place over here in Ireland. We demoed about, I don't know, we had about six or seven new ideas kicking about. And we went in with all of those with our producer Dan Weller, and we were kind of like, well, which do you like, kind of thing. And that's whenever a producer's really earning their money, to bring that kind of perspective to proceedings. And it was decided that Wild Heart was a dead cert. And yeah, we I think we went in for 4 days, I think, back to Middle Farm where we recorded Sundowners, and just kind of tapped back into the vibe that we had going with the record. It's just, like I say, it's just an enjoyable experience being there. And Dan produced the record. He produced this new song as well. He kind of gets where, like, kind of what the band are really, I think, and what we're trying to do at the moment, musically, creatively. And um yeah, it just felt like we were picking back up with where we left off with Sundowners, really.
Nice one, man. I mean, obviously there was a break between Silas and Sundowners because you guys, you went on hiatus for a while and went and did your separate projects and everything. Do you feel like doing those projects that you guys all went and did respectively has brought more textures and stuff back to the answer?
Oh yeah, definitely. And like I probably said this the last time we were talking, I think one of the greatest benefits of having other projects and other outlets is that it brings kind of a nice sense of focus to what the answer is, and what we're trying to do, what we kind of suppose the identity of the band as a kind of, you know, um kind of positive thinking blues rock band. I maybe, uh, and kind of bringing some of that, I kind of, I suppose, borderline spiritual energy to rock music. is kind of where we're at right now, like just trying to write songs that make people feel something, hopefully in a positive, good way, and then, take that on the road. And, we just finished a run of dates around the UK, and once we get up at that stage, we're really trying to take the audience with us and take them somewhere else to give them a break, really, from all the mayhem that's going on in the world right now,
Absolutely.
Um, so yeah, like I think we've got a good sense of who we are and what we're trying to do with our music, and definitely that's at least in part to do with the fact that we've got all this other stuff and these other outlets. We're not trying to cram everything into this one
Yeah,
band.
that makes sense. So with the single Wild Heart, lyrically, where did that sort of come from? What were you thinking about when you wrote it?
Um, that particular title, I think Mickey, our bass player, came up with it. And it was just a good concept, Whenever we sent it through, I immediately thought of the band, the Wild Hearts, and I was like, Mickey, this has been done, kind of thing. He's like, no, no, it's not meant like that, Um, and we kind of concocted, I suppose, the energy of the song based around, the wild spirit within us all, really, that kind of need to take chances and get out there and live life to the full. And it kind of it's a concept that really, I suppose, encapsulates again where the band are at right now and where our heads are at in relation to where we can potentially take our music at the minute, I think.
I think, are you thinking like, are you not thinking too many steps ahead right now? Are you just enjoying it for the moment a bit more than?
I mean, we're definitely kind of thinking a few steps ahead, but it's all dependent on the next step, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, very true.
And how that goes. So yeah, I mean, a little bit of forward planning, but aware that uh, it can rise and fall at any moment.
Yeah, very true. So you were saying you just obviously gone around the UK, doing second leg of the Sundowners tour. But how have you found throughout the year the response to the Sundowners tracks getting played live? Are any songs getting more of a reaction than you thought they might have been? Or
We're pretty happy with the way the new material's been accepted. I think like the festivals are a good benchmark, because you're getting up in front of people that have never heard you before. Some have obviously, but some haven't. And like what was most gratifying about what was a very busy festival season for us were the amount of people going, heard about this, never seen this. I'm a fan,
yeah, that's cool.
Um, and people coming down to then the last run of gigs going, I saw you for the first time at Stone Dead, or I saw you at Steelhouse, or um a couple of guys saw us at Grass Pop in Belgium, and travelled over to the UK for the gig. And
Oh well.
um and like in the festivals we were playing
Mm.
very new material heavy sets because I suppose we're feeling it, and
Yeah,
an audience I think deserves to watch a band that are feeling what they do. And the title track
mm.
throughout the summer has been a highlight, I think, you know, um, because it kind of let the audience know that it's an opportunity to kind of shake out any bad karma that might be hanging around, and to really kind of take it on. I think festivals, it's easy to it's easy to inspire people to get moving and get shaking. Um,
Yeah, I guess everyone's already there for the good time, aren't they? So
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's been good, and that just we've only had one short run of dates to play the new song Wild Heart, and I was delighted with the way it was going down. Because I was really kind of paying attention to the audience reaction for that song, and you could see people grooving along and singing, even though they'd clearly never heard the song before in their lives. And um, that was a good feeling. That bodes well for the next step.
it's one of those songs, isn't it? Well, it's got that groove to it. Like even if you didn't quite pick up lyrically, it's got a groove behind it where if you're in a good mood, you could easily dance away to it, like you say, and get involved, even if you don't know the lyrics so much. You just want it's got that vibe about it. When
It is quite it is quite dancey, like, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of like kind of Zooropa era U2 in some
okay,
ways.
yeah, I can.
The way they would kind of, would have those kind of dance grooves, um, very often quite subtly running through a lot of their songs, and you'd be going to a U2 gig back in those days, like, and wondering why you wanted to just dance like you're at a rave. Um, so yeah, like like our drummer's a massive U2 fan, so I think he's been kind of secretly whispering in our producer's ear about that kind of stuff. Like,
We're gonna hear loads of laid guitars next from Paul, are we?
I don't think so. I don't think that's where we're at right now.
Obviously, you said you got your one remaining date on this run of shows, your big Irish date in is it 8th of December, that is, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it's the second Saturday night in December. Yeah.
Nice. Have you got with it being like the last date and obviously an Irish show as well? Have you got anything particularly special planned for this one, or are you just treating it as you have the rest of the tour?
Okay, you always kind of earmark that one in the diary.
Hmm.
Because they've always been like right from we started, they've always been special gigs, even whenever we were playing Belfast every other week. Um, there's something about those hometown shows. So we've got the new song, and we've got a fifth member now.
Yeah, so Cara's joined the ranks now, hasn't she?
Cara Bruns has joined on keys, Hammond, and vocals, backing vocals as well. So, like, it's brought a freshness, and every song has been kind of um granted new energy and new life. Right back to the early stuff. Like, so, um, it's gonna be a show like Belfast has never seen before for that reason alone. So yeah.
How have you found adding keys to it? I mean, I know you spoke about it. We spoke about it before with Sundowners. There's certainly songs on that particular record, and one or two that I can think from your past work that would definitely you know benefit from having a live keys player. But how have you found it in the sort of reality of it?
Yeah, I mean that was obviously a big inspiration for trying it out. Was because there is a lot of kind of Hammond heavy songs on Sundowners. And we wanted to try and suppose recreate that sound. But yeah, there's just having an instrument to fill out some of the sections gives Paul a lot more freedom to
Yeah,
have more fun. It's a real playing in a four-piece band, essentially a three-piece. If you take out the non-musician here, um, like it's a very disciplined approach to playing rock and roll music. Because you kind of have to know when to push and pull.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, so it just kind of loosens it up a little bit, and obviously brings this whole other texture, and in some cases extra hooks to the songs and stuff. So yeah, it's been great fun so far.
Yeah, I bet, man. I mean, I was always been a big fan of Hammond sound. Growing up with my dad playing Deep Purple records, and obviously with Lordy running the way through it. And there was certainly certain tracks on Sundowners when I was like, oh, that's got a cool kind of Lordy vibe about it, and in Hammond in the background there, and in the foreground as well. To be fair, so yeah, I can totally understand why you wanted to bring that out on the road and have a play.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So also while we talk about Wild Heart, great video by the way. Who came up with the concept of that?
There's been a guy like throughout the year has been just knocking it out of the park for us. A guy that works with alongside our management team on a few different projects. But um, the name skips me off the top of my head. I should know it, but I am terrible with names. But yeah, just a very creative guy who we give them the song and a general feel for the energy of the track, and his brain goes off into a tangent. Like whatever we said to him, we did not say, why don't you go and grab together loads of archive footage of Evil Knievel, but that's what came back. and it works a treat. It works really, really well.
I think that's what made me think. That's why I think I enjoyed the video so much. You know, when the video came out, it was like not in a million years after hearing the song would I have pictured those images necessarily.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you watch it and you go, somehow that makes sense. Somehow.
And I love that. You know, I love any video that comes at the energy of a song and gives it this extra layer, you know, gives it extra meaning, or takes your mind somewhere else beyond where the song takes you whenever you're just listening to it on your cans.
Absolutely. I mean, it feels like this year, from a fan's point of view, mate, like we spoke last time, you know, I've been a fan of you guys for a long time, and having you guys back with Sundowners record and obviously all the live shows you've been doing now with Wild Heart, it feels like it's been a real great year for you guys. How have you guys found it on the personal? How have you found getting back to the road and being you four again?
It's been busy, man, I'll tell you that. Um, because we still got, you know, all these other projects and stuff, and I, like, you know, in days gone by it was just the answer, and it was busy then, you know, so throw in all the rest of life. Um, there's a lot of juggling, you know. Um, but it's been amazing, and I think, you know, like, getting out on the road now and getting to play great festivals across Europe and stuff, you realize how much you missed it, and you also appreciate it as, like, it's the way life should be. You know, you're just, you know, you're traveling from city to city, and all you got to worry about that day is getting up and playing a great gig, and that's a lovely, simple way of living your life. And long may it continue.
Absolutely. You say like it's already lining up for you for next year. Like you say, early part of next year, you've got the European dates on this run from the Sundowners tour. You got announced for my friend's festival down at Love Rocks Festival. I know the guys over there very well. So I'm
Hmm.
coming down to that. So your festival's obviously already starting to line up and get announced. You say European dates are already lined up. Are you planning on doing a run of your own shows next year at all, or are you focusing on other than the European ones at the beginning, I should say?
Yeah, we've got a fair few European. Like, I think we're up in Scandinavia for a run, and then down around Central Europe, and then a bunch in Spain. Which takes us up till, I think, the end of May. So, like, again, you wouldn't really know. There could well be more dates between now and festival season that appear. At the moment, that's what we've got, and you know, the plan, I'd say, probably would be to get back in the studio to make some more music, in one of those kind of downtime pockets across the year. So, there's lots going on, and feels good to be busy, to be honest.
Yeah, I bet. So with Wild Heart, is that going to be a standalone single? Are you going to release that as part of a future release, maybe, or are you thinking
I
of?
don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's out there now, so
Hmm.
it depends on how we feel. You know, if we get in and do another single or another couple of singles, or whether we go in and do a full record next. It'll depend on
Yeah.
where our heads are at. I'd imagine, if it was a bet man, I'd say, like, we we'll leave it as a standalone single for now, and kind of, you know, keep facing forward, and see what kind of the next, I suppose, lap of creativity will bring, you know. But yeah, who knows?
Who knows, man? Who knows? Well, thanks for your time, Cormac, again, man. It's been great to chat to you, buddy. Yeah, obviously you've had a great year. Wish you all the best for 2024, and I'll see you out on the road. And hopefully, speak to you again soon, pal. But at the beginning of the interview, we're going to play a Wild Heart with it being, you know, brand new single. But what song of yours would you like us to play at the end of the interview?
Ooh, hmm. Let me think about that. Why don't you play Want You to Love Me?
Yeah, cool. We'll lock that in then. Thanks again for your time, Cormac. It's been great to catch up with you, mate.
Awesome. Thanks for having us, Lee.
Anytime, pal.